Yo, let's roll. The whatever night it is, Twisted Tuesday has begun. World Series style. You know who it is. It's AC. All right, let's roll. The pitch for players, the hustlers, the people who busted, but everybody else in between, from Costa Rica, California, Winnipeg to Weehawken, Montreal to Minnesota. Let's do this thing. We got the World Series going on here tonight. We got an entertaining baseball game that's a competitive one right now. My stream just froze, so I'll restart my stream. I'm actually getting a little excited right now. 3-3, middle of the fifth inning. Dodgers can never really, they haven't taken the lead. They keep coming back, tying it. We've got the Dodgers right now, plus a half a run going into this bottom of the inning. So we got a bet in play here right now. We knew this World Series is going to be good. If you tuned in to the radio show today, what did I say? I said, I don't expect these games to be like 8-7 and, crazy, high scoring. Sometimes you get these World Series like where it's like fucking 15-14 and shit. That was years ago. But I said, I also don't think it's going to be 2-1. I pretty much called this. I said, I don't think it'll be 2-1, Cam. And I don't think it's going to be one of these 8-7 deals, not just tonight, but the general feel of the series. I said, it'll be sort of, 5-4s. Sort of, they're going to score, but it won't be crazy. It's going to be tense as hell. And I think people are underestimating the Dodgers coming into this series. I think, I get it. Boston are flashy. And quite frankly, if you bet against Boston sports teams in big games and shit, you're not making money. Fuck. Boston just owns the fucking sports world right now. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now. That this series is going to be a hell of a lot motherfucking closer than people think. The Dodgers match up very, very well. Very, very well with the Boston Red Sox. They're very evenly matched teams. They're almost the same, actually. Boston, I say Boston's a little better. They run the bases better, and we saw them manufacture stuff. But Manny Machado's a big X factor. Yet I was going to say, what's up, Kitchener Ray? I was going to say, if you're on the fence right now, and I don't know how many of you are on the fence on this World Series, you don't have a pony in the race. You're not a Dodger fan, you're not a Red Sox fan, whatever. You might not like LA, you might not like Boston and be sick of it or whatever. Or let me just put it this way. All those people at that stadium tonight are New England Patriot fans. So even if you're not on board with the Dodgers, I'll put it in those terms for you. Like these people, they're the same people, you know what I mean? They've won enough. Like this, the fans have won enough. They're arrogant. Hell, even Bostonians are saying they're arrogant. We had Jimmy Murphy on the show. He goes, they're arrogant. Old man says they're arrogant. They think that, Boston this, Boston that. Everyone else fucking sucks and shit. Let's go see the Dodgers fucking beat them and end this Boston shit. Let's start dealing Boston some losses, man. So, as I stated, if you're on the fence about this and you hate the Patriots, just remember, every one of these people in that stadium are also Patriot fans. It's the same thing. The Celtics, the Patriots, the Bruins, the Red Sox, it's all one. You know what I mean? Like in some cities, it's not. But with these cocksuckers, it is. They're good sports fans. Great sports city. But it's enough. It's time to take them down, So let's do it. Whether you think, I don't even like the fucking Dodgers. They have a big payroll. I don't like the Dodgers. Well, as I stated, just remember, you're playing the Patriots here. Their fans are obnoxious, fuck. I got some thoughts on the Philly fans, too. I see Eagle fans are crying and shit. It's amazing, these fans. Like, you guys just won the Super Bowl. Everyone, fire everyone, trade everybody. Everyone sucks. Fucking, it's like, you guys just won the Super Bowl, and the goodwill is gone after, like, fucking a month and a half of the next season. Most cities, you get like, you get like a 10-year honeymoon after you win. Philadelphia, you get a month. It's ridiculous though. Like if a Buffalo Bill fan calls in a radio show and it's like starts crying and oh my God, the Bills, it's like, there's a lot of frustration. You hear these Eagle fans crying right now about their team sucking. It's like you guys just won the Super Bowl a couple months ago. No one's feeling sorry for you. Like, oh, the torture of you being fucking 3-4. I can't believe it. You know what I mean? What's up, Ryan Riggs? Good to see you, bro. I've been busy this week. I haven't made it out to the book. Fuck. I've been betting online here. I haven't made it out to the book this week. I'm going to have to, though. I'll give you a text. I'm going to have to at some point, probably Thursday. And, of course, we're going to be in Toronto this weekend recording. And I had writer's block. Like, there's pressure on this shit. We got to get this shit done. Fuck. So there's a lot of new material, man. Right. So like there's new lyrics, everything's new. So I'm under a little pressure here. And, imagine I'm already under pressure doing all these shows that I do. Yeah. I'm already under pressure doing all these shows that I do. And now, we throw in this record. So I'm trying to write lyrics and stuff, and it's hard, just like out of the blue, like basically, all right, out of scratch. And I was listening to the song a couple of times, and I'm like, all right, fuck, which way are we going with this? And nothing was happening, and basically, literally, like at about 10:04 tonight. Actually, tonight. Earlier, like around 7:30, right after the radio show, I was playing guitar and something came to me. I was like, oh, this finally, all right, I got something here. I had the da-da-da-da-da. Like I had sort of what I wanted to do, but I couldn't think of what. Like, what am I going to say? And I got Brian, the guitarist, throwing lyrics at me left and right because he's in a panic. Oh, we need lyrics. And all of his lyrics are fucking like, they're all like about stabbing people and fucking I'm looking for something a little deeper here. So well, he's got a couple of good lines. I'll give him credit. We're using a few of his lines. So right before the show started tonight, it just came to me. I'm like, oh shit, there we go. And I just wrote a bunch of words down. That's why I was a couple of minutes late here. Fuck. We're always on the go. There's always something going on. All right. So we have the run. We have the half a run. Kershaw spots a 2-0 lead to these guys. We come back, we tie. Right away, he gives back the fucking run right away. We come back and tie. Are you going to give back the run right now, Clayton? Come on, bro. Like, we're doomed, fuck. Mookie Betts is on first, fuck. There's a fucking hit. Jesus Christ, Kershaw. I defend you, bro, but, like, you got to make a fucking out. You got to get it out. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, man. Every fucking time we fucking come back, you give it back. How about just getting through a fucking inning? And you know what? Really, we should have just taken him out, to be honest. He shouldn't be out here right now. I knew this is going to fucking happen. He's going to blow our fucking first 5-inning bet right here. It's like, for fuck's sakes, bro. Every fucking inning, man. We come back and tie it. How about fucking getting us a fucking 1, 2, 3 inning and getting out of something for once, fuck. All right, here comes Roberts. You're fucking a batter too late, bro. You're a batter too fucking late, fuck. Fuck me, man. Motherfucker, fuck. Fuck, man. Like, seriously, for fuck's sakes. We can't make it to the World Series every fucking year, dude. Like, you gotta fucking win a fucking game. Like, what do you want us to do? Like, like we're it's 3-3. We just got 3 runs at Fenway against Chris Sale. Get out of a fucking inning. I never rip you. This is the first time, but it's like, for fuck's sakes, bro. It's like, at some fucking point, man, like, we can't win if you don't win. All right? We're paying you $30 fucking million a year. Get somebody out. Fuck. Normally, normally the Dodgers can't fucking punch runners home. Like, normally the Dodgers can't score with runners in scoring position. Tonight they are. They're doing what they have to do. They're not trying to hit home runs. John Schmaltz brought it up. I've said it before about the Dodgers. The Dodgers are not good when they swing for the fences. All right. They have a bunch of home run hitters, but it's like, you can't hit home runs if you're trying to hit a home run. It's basically like, picking up, getting laid. If you try too hard, it ain't happening, right? It's when you're not trying. Hey, look what I found. So, hitting home runs, and so the Dodgers tonight, they're not. Manny Machado's a stud. He's carrying them, and Manny Machado, nice and smooth. Hey, I'll just get another single here. Hey, let's just drive in another run, right? Like, the Dodgers, like, the offense has showed up tonight. Like, the fault, like, it's just frustrating. And I don't expect you to pitch a shutout, Clayton. I totally get it. It's fucking tough. We're in Fenway Park. The weather's not good. It's cold. You're not used to the cold. You're tired. You're not 100%. I totally get it. And, 3 runs in 5 innings wouldn't even be that bad, actually. But, oh, fuck me. And there's a fucking wild fucking pitch on the first motherfucking pitch. Are you fucking kidding me, man? Holy fuck, I can't take this. Fuck. I can't even take this. I don't know why I'm getting so upset here, but it's just frustrating. It's 30 fucking years, man. We haven't fucking won a World fucking Series. Every one of my fucking teams. Like, think about it. I was going to tweet it out tonight. I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to think about it all. But, like, honestly, since the Dodgers won, I'm a Dodger fan, and they won in 1988. Okay. So since 1988, like, the teams that I'm a fan of, and I've been a fan of the same teams my entire life. So the teams I'm a fan of, Michigan, the Dodgers won in 1988 a World Series. It was a great night, great day, great time, great memory. Kirk Gibson, the whole 9 yards. It was awesome. The Michigan Wolverines, it was a good time for me. The Dodgers won in 1988. The Michigan Wolverine basketball team won the NCAA tournament in 1989. So I was on a roll. All right. And then fucking Michigan and the Buffalo Bills started after. So Glenn Rice in Michigan won in 1989. So I was on a little roll of championships as a sports fan. Then the Buffalo Bills lost 4 fucking Super Bowls in a row. Michigan lost 2 national championships in a row. Subsequently, Michigan have lost another 2 national championships. So I'm 0-8. The Dodgers lost the World Series 0-9. Like, I'm beaten down. I'm beaten down. Like, you'll notice, like, I try to temper my excitement before these games. Like, if you remember the same shit, like Villanova and Michigan, I knew we were fucked. I knew we were going to lose, fuck, and we did. You know what I mean? It's like, this I don't think we're going to lose. Like, I'm not convinced we're going to lose. I know we're in tough, but I think we can win the World Series. I'm just stating, though, with the exception of the Montreal Canadiens in 1993, I am 1-9 in championship fucking games, fuck, and series and all that shit. Like, I'm just used to, like, it's fucking frustrating, man. It's like constant. It's uncanny. Like, every team I like is like second best all the time, fuck. It's like we always get there and lose. It's fucking like, after a while, it's just, you get worn out. Fuck. It's not just like one team. Like, every team I'm a fan of is just torture. Fuck. Now the bases are loaded. Oh, God. Fuck. Fucking Madsen's pitching. JD Martinez is up. with the bases loaded. Are you shitting me? This is exactly what you don't want. Bases loaded, Fenway Park, JD Martinez up with nobody out. Like, can this be any worse of a situation? Strike him out. Like, don't hit a grand slam. Why do I have a feeling like this is coming? Oh, fucking nice job, Manson. Fuck. Good job, buddy.
Care of the Red Sox TH.
All right, come on, Max. Let's go.
You can mark this one down. You're not going to see this very often. This is just basically fastball, go get it. On the outer half, then he goes inside for a swing, and then follows it up with a higher fastball in the middle of the plate. That just absolutely does not happen that often. JD Martinez. Here's Xander Bogaerts, who's 0 for 2. 25-year-old shortstop. The end of his best offensive season. 103 RBIs. The first pitch from Madsen.
Oh, nearly a wild pitch again.
Barnes to get in front of that power breaking ball.
It's easy to say now that they shouldn't have sent Kershaw back out for the 5th, but you expect Clayton Kershaw to be able to give you 5 innings. I think he was one batter too late. Like, he should have got him out right after, like after the first guy got on. Strike. Oh, fuck off. That's a strike. That's a strike. Come on, man. That was a good pitch right there. That was a good pitch. That should have been a strike. Should be 1-1. What do you want him to do? You want him to put it on a tee in the middle of the plate for you? Oh. Oh, oh, oh. No!
Legs of Xander Bogaerts down the line fast enough to give the Red Sox a 1-run lead. This has been a teeter-totter game. Each team
Fuck.
In the stretch by Freeze, the ball wasn't hit super hard, and everything looked clean right here. The turn by Dozier, pretty simple, but you mentioned it. Bogaerts flying down the line. He gets the RBI, his 6th of the postseason. Madsen thought they had turned it. They had not. Now runners at the corners with 2. The batter is Devers.
All right, this show is brought to you by Bet Online. And once again, we're like, hey, good. We got 19 thumbs up. We got 161 people in the chat and 19 thumbs up. You guys suck. Fuck.
Doing it season, just wiggle out of the situation. A way to get a big hit. That is blocked by Barnes. Another good job by the Dodger catcher.
So close. Devers got down the line pretty fast. Nice play by Barnes there again. Devers got down the line pretty fast, and fuck, the ball was slow, man. The ball was slow. The fucking Fenway Park grass, it slowed it down. It was a slow developing play. The Dodgers did everything they could do. Fuck, they fielded it well. It was like I said, you can't say, oh, they should have done this, they should have done that, he should have thrown it, whatever. It was a tough play. They tried. If Devers wasn't so fast, fuck, a slower dude, they would have had the DP. Frustrating, man. There goes our plus half a run, fucking 5-inning bet. Fuck, man. Fuck. Jeez, fuck, man. It's fucking frustrating. Every fucking time we came back, Kershaw gave it back. Fuck. All right. Come on, Madsen, get out of this. You're doing a good job, brother. Let's go. I don't want to shit on Kershaw. He's in the dugout. He knows. He's like fucking Captain Kirk when he let fucking Elizabeth fucking Taylor die. Joan Collins, sorry. Oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck, man. Fuck. Fucking Dozier, man. You know, one of these fucking plays, it would be nice if you'd fucking bat a ball down, fuck. They're hard hit, but same shit in the fucking first or second, whatever it was. If he bats it down and it keeps it in the infield, it's like he's old. He's slow, Dozier, fuck. This is fucking frustrating, man. They're relentless. They're relentless. The Red Sox are relentless. Yeah, I know. I'm just talking shit, Caleb. You know how the ball was drilled. Like I said, I'm just a little frustrated. I thought he could have made a play on the earlier one. That was frustrating. That's frustrating. That's frustrating. Holy fuck. I swear to God, I don't know what it is about Tuesdays. I got to send a link to our boy Feinberg. Every Tuesday he's on, there's something crazy happens. Fuck, I got caught up in this fucking game. I'm having a heart attack here. He'll understand. It's like, it's like him being in the middle of a Charger Super Bowl. Here he is. No rush. Loving you around on the Dodgers. Sorry, Fire. Here you go. All right. Fuck, man. All right. 5-3. What's up in that college football game? I went big on that game. 31-17. They're at 48. So we just need another touchdown. And there's 3 minutes left in the third. All right, that's good. That's good. Let's get that. What about that NBA game, folks? All right. Oh, shit. We have the Pelicans -6. They're up by 6 with 10 seconds left. Whoa, let's get this. Let's get this. Come on, motherfucker. Get a stream going. Pelicans. I actually got it at 5 because it was 5.5 when it closed, but I posted it at 6 earlier in the day, so I hope everyone can win. This fucking line movement went against me. What do you want me to do? Pelicans are on the line here, though.
What a homecoming for this young
He
man.
missed. Fuck.
Lane violation. Thank you, Alvin Gentry. And Beverly with a smile on his face.
Oh, good. Lane violation. Good. Good job.
I didn't think they were calling him. Well,
actually, you know what? That's why he missed. There you go. Pels up by 6. 7 now. 116-109. 10 seconds remaining.
3-0 is the only number I care about. You start the season 3-0 for the first time.
What the hell was that?
Now Beverly. He just 1 miss.
No.
That'll do it, Bradley.
No.
And it's all over.
Yes. Yes.
He carried it in the fourth quarter. 13 big ones. 13 big rebounds. And what a game. This was their first real test. You know, throughout all the records, you have to find a way when you're not playing well. And when you're
Pelicans get it done and the cover. We needed that. Jeff Feinberg joins us. I'm sorry, Jeff. I know. I just saying it's pretty much like me talking to you in the middle of a Chargers Super Bowl. And I didn't think it's funny. I was just saying how I try not to get too into it, but fuck, it's frustrating, bro.
I'll say this. As long as I've known you, the Dodgers and Michigan. And later, when I got to know you at Fantasy, like you were much more into the Raptors. Being in Toronto so long, they won you over. Obviously, baseball was stolen from you. In Montreal, you got a little too close to the sun and sort of,
Yeah.
Sort of like with me with the Leafs. Like if they win, if they're in there, you're happy for them, but like it's hard to emotionally get invested.
Well, that's the way I am with the Canadians now.
That's what I was saying. You want them to do well, but your emotional investment, it's hard.
No, exactly. Like if the Habs lose, I don't go to bed mad. You know what I mean? If they go to the Cup, I'll jump on the bandwagon. I'll be like Homer Simpson. Go team.
And I'm amazed. I mean,
Dodgers. I'm emotional about the Dodgers. I've been a Dodger fan my life, and it's just frustrating. And I brought it up. I don't know if you heard me, but I was talking about. I'm a Buffalo Bill fan. 4 Super Bowls in a row. The Michigan Wolverines have lost 2 national championship basketball games in the last 2 years. They lost 2 with the Fab Four. That's 8 championship losses in a row. The Dodgers lost the World Series last year. That's fucking 9 in a row. Like, I've lost 9 championships in a row, bro, being a fan. Like, at some point, it kind of, like, it wears you out, So you just sort of expect the worst. And I had, it just bothers me, dude. I had a half run in the first 5 innings. Dodgers plus a half a run. Every time we come back, Clayton Kershaw gave the fucking lead back, bro. It just fucking pisses me off, man.
It's insane how big those innings are. You watch baseball all summer long. The announcers always talk about it. You score, you got to hold them off the board. I wasn't impressed with either starter. I'm not going to lie, Gabe. I'm on Boston for the series. I don't know. I bet on Houston, and I was just so impressed with Boston.
They're a good team, man. They're almost a perfect team. Like you said, their pitching's a little vulnerable.
I was worried, when these super teams. How do I put this? I'm always worried for these super teams in the postseason themselves. But once they make it, like getting eliminated early. But once they get through once these super teams, in my opinion, get to the championship. I don't know. They're pretty golden. I know the Patriots, because fucking Rodney Harrison let Tyree catch a fucking ball in his helmet. Lost their perfect season in Seo Super Bowl. But I don't know. I always find once these like really historically great teams, if they can survive getting upset in these early rounds, and you could argue what's an upset based on they were underdogs on the series line versus Houston. But going back to what I was saying before, props to you. I'll say this: my plantar fasciitis acted up this week because watching that Charger game Sunday, I wasn't where I normally am with my buddies, and I was just at home, and I paced on hardwood floor for like 2.5 hours.
You paced during the game still, huh? You're a pacer, huh?
Yeah. I can't sit down. And that game, the Chargers won, but we were sort of sucked into playing the Titans game.
Yeah.
We didn't have
but you won. And it's like the Chargers are the opposite of what they normally are. Think about it. I said this to Cam today. So he was 5-2. Normally, this is the time of the year when the Chargers are 3-4. And it's like, all right, we're going to go on a little bit of a run here down the stretch, which they always do. Everything's falling into place for them. It's just they had the fucking Chiefs back there that are just this juggernaut right now. But there's still a lot of football left to be played. Listen, I was on the Titans plus the points. I didn't think the Titans were going to win the game outright. The game sort of went the way I thought it would. But the Chargers playing good football, and they're only going to get healthier as it goes on. But deep down inside, do you think you guys have, and I'm not saying this like I know, because to be honest, as good as the Chiefs are, they could lose to the Patriots in a heartbeat, right? And, I think if it's in KC, they could beat the Patriots. But I think the Chargers, you guys could beat them. Like, shit can happen. Like it's October.
I don't know. I watched the Chiefs.
Snowed yet? We can't even be looking at the Super Bowl yet. It hasn't even snowed yet. Fucking. But
No,
what do
here's
you
the thing.
think? Do you think the Chargers? Are you like this? This is a year that maybe we can win a Super Bowl.
Oh, I'll say this. Right now, I watch the Chiefs play, and I watch, even thinking of the Chiefs-Patriot game, I don't think we're as good as either of those teams. I watched the Rams play. I'm curious to know what the result would be. I've been saying this the whole time, Gabe. The Chargers are 5-2. Before I say this, and it's not about, it's easy to say they've only lost to the Rams and the Chiefs. That's an easy thing to say. But they haven't, it's hard to think they've beaten, like the quarterbacks they've beaten is like Josh Allen's first start, Beathard in a tight game, Carr, Mayfield, and Mariota, so they haven't. We have some big NFC North games. That's our crossover division in the second half where we'll play Baltimore, we'll play Cincy, we'll play Pittsburgh. Other teams, I think that division might even send two teams, a winner and a wild card, because it seems like it'll be the Patriots alone and whoever sort of survives the South. So there are some games in the second half, but I'll say this, and right now we're not nearly as good as the Chiefs, and I think the Chiefs are the best team in the league, even with the loss
you know
to the
what?
Patriots.
You don't really have to be.
But Gabe, you were alluding to it. You were alluding to it, and I'll say it. The team that's going to win the Super Bowl probably hasn't played their best football yet, and you could argue the Kansas City Chiefs, might have popped a load already. We see that year in, year out for the most part. It's
hard to go wire to wire and play.
Yeah, you got to get hot. You got to start playing your best football.
But I personally think that the Rams are better than the Chiefs.
I would have more confidence in the Rams D making a stop between Buddy on the interior line. I can't believe I can't. I'm saying Darnold.
Mahomes.
No, the lineman on the Chiefs, the best player in the football, Aaron Donald. Wow. Yeah, between Donald and
monster.
Yeah, between Donald and Sue, and if they're healthy on the back end, I have more confidence in.
They make plays.
Making a play.
We'll see if the Chiefs pull out all the stops and get Patrick Peterson, which would be pretty smart if they did. But it's so obvious, the Arizona's.
Everyone wants him. If they're going to trade him, I think there'd be a lot of teams. I hope.
Yeah, but at least it makes sense to get him out of the conference, right? So it's a start into the AFC. If I'm KC, I do it. I do it. I trade a draft pick. I do it. You got to go all in. I swear to God, if they don't, watch the Rams do it, but they won't want to do that in their division. But if the Rams blow them away, the Rams are all in. We talked about it.
No. Do you know who's more all in? Because they apparently there is no deal for Peterson. That's why they got Eli Apple today. The Saints are all in. They've already traded this year's first rounder.
Word is the Saints are still. The Saints might try to get Peterson still too.
Yeah, absolutely. Gabe, you are not wrong. They are playing some fantastic defense. You look at the games that they're winning. Their defense has been playing outstanding.
It's a new NFL now, a pass-happy NFL now. An ultra pass happy NFL now, where in the old days you'd be like, man, we already have two cornerbacks or whatever. Now, even the Rams, they're like, no, bring them in, Fud. We need nickel and dime packages. Let's get as many fucking elite DBs on the field as one. And you really need it. Now you got teams are throwing 52 times a game, man. You need more than just two shutdown DBs on your team now. You really do in the modern
NFL. Gabe, I mean, I guess I don't want to date ourselves, but pretty much most of the people watching this, we grew up as the nickel corner being a backup. In the last 4 years, it's not run, pass anymore. Your nickel corner is spread out there, and he's on the field on first down. And any real fan of a football team, holy fuck, your nickel corner gets hurt, you're fucked. You're fucked. There's not. Yeah, it's a bad spot to lose. It's incredibly valuable.
I'm buying
a lot of unders though this week though. The whole I think I saw Howard stayed under this week in the NFL.
Yeah, it was one of those exactly. Well, weather's changing, the pressure is starting to mount.
But I don't know, Gabe. You tell me. Are the Chargers good? Are they good enough?
Yes. I think they are. I think they're right in the mix. I think they're that tier 2, but right.
But with Bosa,
listen, they're not. they're not the Chiefs are like on another level right now of insanity. Like this is just the play calling, everything about the Chiefs is just unstoppable right now. And I don't know, maybe fucking someone will figure it out seeing something on tape. I don't see it. Like it's just somebody's open on every play. You can't, it's impossible. It's like they're the Golden State Warriors fucking, but with LeBron too. Like it's like someone's open for three all the time on this team.
You know what? I haven't heard that yet, but I haven't really known the best way to describe them, and that's it. It feels like you're watching the Golden State fucking Warriors.
It's like the Globetrotters, like, oh, they're just clowning you. You know what I mean? Like it's what we've seen football teams that like are good and offenses that are good, but can you recall, Jeff, like an offense that's just like sort of embarrassing teams? Like people are like, what's wrong with the Bengals? Like Collinsworth said, he goes, the Bengal players didn't do anything wrong here. There's nothing you can do. They've never seen this before. Like you're a linebacker, you're there. You've never seen the play that they're running before in your life. You know what I mean? You don't know. They've got fucking Tyreek Hill in motion. You've got fucking Travis Kelce. They might give it to Kareem Hunt. Fucking Mahomes can throw a bomb to Watkins. You don't know what they're going to do. And they disguise everything so well, you don't know. So like it's like you watch them and then you have to react to what they do. And people keep watching film on them, but they keep evolving. Like Andy Reid's a step.
And they're so dominant. They convert those 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s, 3rd and 3s even.
Where he does like just a quick hit. It's
everything.
Impossible.
Or he keeps
back and sings it. You can't guard it. You can't defend it.
Or he keeps it and he gets 5. I can't even. Yeah, it's a problem, for a Charger fan. How good they could be for a long time.
Yeah, it's the most explosive NFL offense I've ever seen in my life. And, I've seen them all along the way. I mean, in the 70s when I was a kid, there was no big offenses. The Buffalo Bills offense that made the Super Bowl was sort of like that for a few years. It was – people couldn't stop it. Like they were going – that's why they went to 4 Super Bowls. But really the Bills offense, Jeff, was really just a no-huddle offense. You know what I mean? The Bills were smart. Like it was Cincinnati Bengals were actually the first ones to do it. Boomer Esiason and the Bengals beat the Bills like that. The Bengals were one of the first teams to go no huddle. And it was like late 80s and shit. And the Bills liked what they saw. And they said, you know what? Let's just go like a 2-minute drill all the time. And it worked, just that pace. I don't know why more teams don't do it now.
Hey, man, it's so frustrating. Like you see it all the time.
Eli Manning, you want to save this guy, put him in the shotgun, hurry things up, It's the only way you're going to protect him. You know what I'm saying?
You see it all the time. Teams up the tempo and you go. If coaches called plays like they were in the 2-minute drill from go, I don't know.
Exactly. So I got the Chargers in the mix. I'm not discounting them. I think there's something special about them. I think they are good. I think, they could beat anybody, like basically, look, their only 2 losses are the Chiefs and the Rams. And I think they're capable of beating the Patriots in a playoff game. I think they're capable of beating the Chiefs in a playoff game. Are they capable of winning 2 or 3 playoff games in a row? And you know what could hurt you too? That's, the no home field in the playoffs. I don't know. We'll see how that.
Yeah, but Gabe, here's the thing though. Let's put it this way: if they're not going to win the division, if the Chiefs go 14-2, there is no home field, and they might be the best team suited to go on a road run.
I know.
Like they might be the most comfortable team in a road game. Obviously, trust me, you'd rather the games at home. Like you'd rather play not on the road. But if there's a team that I don't know, by the time it all said and done, like feels good, and I don't know, this is gonna sound really corny, but it's a team that really seems to like each other and happy when other guys make plays. And there's a lot of good leaders on the team, and things seem to be I don't know, happening. If they could, hopefully avoid kicks and stuff.
So what's the deal? It's a bye week this week?
Yeah, off London, I guess, right?
That's right. Off London, yeah.
Yeah, so, good. Nice bye week. They've kind of earned
it. For you guys.
No, I mean, listen, we kind of both said it in the sense that it's hard to – you look at their schedule, you look at who they won. There's nothing that impresses you. But every football fan says to me, It's like, while I'm not really impressed with their wins, I also know the old version of this team or past versions of this team would have lost like two of those games.
Exactly.
Like that game in London or the 49er game, they just would have lost it. They would have done something dumber than whatever, and they would have lost it. And they did it. So, I don't know, if that's out of the system, I don't, knock on wood. I'm not going to go that far to say, Chargers.
No, I'm pretty happy. Like I said, I think they're in a good spot. I think they're in a good spot right now. Listen, you're a better spot than my Buffalo Bills are. It's a fucking disaster. We got to host that fucking Patriots on Monday Night Football. That's going to go well. It's a strange year this year in the NFL. It's an interesting year. A lot of interesting storylines coming into this week. Somebody sent me a tweet. I don't know who it was. I don't give them credit for it. Maybe they're watching the show right now. But what's up with this line, Jeff? The Baltimore Ravens -2 at Carolina. When somebody sent me that on Twitter, I didn't even believe it. I was like thinking, somebody said, "Hey, Morency, why are like?" Because they know I follow the Panthers so closely. Like, they're like, "Why?" When the opening line, you're like, "Why are the Panthers -2? Like, what +2? What am I missing here?" And I was like, "There's no way they're fucking +2 at home against the Baltimore Ravens." Like, lo and behold, here they are, and the line hasn't moved. Like, what are we missing here? Like, did I miss something? Was Cam Newton in a plane crash? Did Ed McCaffrey break his fucking ankle this morning somewhere that I didn't hear about? Like, what's up with this? Like, why are the Carolina Panthers home dogs against the fucking Baltimore fucking Ravens, man?
I don't have a full answer other than just say people really like.
Are people that racist about Cam Newton? Are they that racist, Jeff?
I mean, if I had to.
In what world is Baltimore's not even better than Carolina? Any loser home team is favored. Like, I don't get this. I don't get this. Like, Carolina's gonna fucking beat them easily too. So whatever.
I'll say this: it's a bad spot game for Carolina off a huge emotional comeback victory, playing an out-of-conference game. It's a bad. You know me. I'm a loser for spot games. I would argue it's a bad spot game, but that's not enough to.
I disagree. It's a bad spot game. They were just on the road for 2 weeks. And that was a bad spot. Last week against Philadelphia was a bad spot game. Like, that was as bad spot as you're going to get.
I actually had them as my super lock last week, plus the points. As that comeback did.
That was a ballsy bet.
I thought Philly was going to London. Carolina, was kind of desperate after being embarrassed, and everyone probably bet. Because I looked at it that everybody bet Carolina against Washington, because everyone saw Washington get their asses kicked on Monday Night Football versus the Saints and thought that was a freebie. That line was sketchy. Everyone was wondering why that was a pick-em, what have you. And, yeah, I don't know. I got lucky there, but I was actually pretty confident in Carolina last week. But that goes to show you, I won my bet, but the game flow didn't really play out as I
17-0.
Yeah, as I thought. But here we are.
I swear, people that listen to me or watch the shows at least, I said this on Sunday morning, and I look like a genius. I said, I know Carolina well, and I said Carolina Panther games are only two ways. The Panthers at home will fucking play really well, but always let teams hang around and sort of make it dramatic. But they'll play well and be up, but they won't pull away. Or they do the thing where they fucking suck in the first quarter. They're down 14-0, and then Cam Newton flicks a switch, and they frantically come back and fall short. And it's exactly what happened against Atlanta. It's exactly what happened 2 weeks ago when they fucking lost against, who was it, Washington? They went down a field. They were on the 12-yard line, and then Cam Newton threw out of the end zone 4 times in a row. That's what they do. And then last week, it was the same thing. They fucking dug a hole. They came back, and they won the game. But Carolina's for real. People have been underestimating every week. I got into it. I don't know if you saw, I was in Vegas. I bet someone $500 on a panel about Carolina. Guy was scoffing that Carolina is going to win all these games this year. Whatever. Carolina's a playoff team. People just are negative against Cam Newton for some reason. And we've always gotten value with it, except in a fucking Super Bowl where we lost. Of course. All right. So before we move on here, do you have one NFL game that caught your eye here? Like for me, it's Carolina plus the 2. Do you have one NFL game that the line or the number catches your eye?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. And this is sort of how I like to play it. But holy shit, I like Arizona this week to beat up on San Francisco.
Wow.
I think San Francisco's really bad, and they're the team without Jimmy Garoppolo. They are the worst.
They nearly beat Green Bay.
I know, and they nearly beat the Chargers.
Yeah,
but I don't care.
Actually, this team, right?
Pardon?
I said you saw this team in person, didn't you, San Francisco?
Yeah, I did see them in person. I think Arizona's going to beat them up big time with the extra rest. I don't think I can.
Just a field goal. I got over fucking 52.5 here, Jeff. You can't make this up, fuck. I got over 52. Actually, over 52. They just missed a field goal. They've been at 48 for like the last 20 days. They're scoreless. They've scored 48 points, Jeff, in the first half. I have over 52. They scored 48 points in the first half. There's now 7 minutes left, and it's scoreless in the second half. Can you believe this shit?
That's something else. I
guess you can.
I also really like the Packers, Gabe. That's just too many points.
The Rams are half against the Rams.
Yeah, the Rams are fresh off a beatdown, and yeah, this one could be a beatdown, but the back door seems like it would be open. But we've also seen between some beatdowns, the Rams went on a nice little run of not covering games. So that was the Seattle or Denver. They can also get caught in a close game. Might even be tempted at 9.5 to just buy it to 10 because I'm a mental midget like that. But this is just too many points, and I think Mike McCarthy's a dump. But there's certain trends, long-standing ones, with coaches that have been coaching for 11 years that maybe you got to put some credence into. And 9-2 ATS off the bye in his career. That's sort of one of those things that I know it's a silly example, but like for preseason games, there's some coaching trends you can sometimes really just buy into. So that's one. Rodgers getting this many points. I mean, I don't think we've ever seen it, so I don't even know how to make a comparative for it. But I like this one a lot. I feel like this is going to be another one of those Rams, like 4 3-point wins.
Jeff Feinberg with us. All right, Jeff. I was going to ask you, you're a wrestling guy, so Roman Reigns. A surprising moment last night. I don't know if that people knew that was coming or whatever, but it caught me. I wasn't seeing live, but I saw it after on Twitter. And so Roman Reigns, a guy who never really, of course, the fans, the WWE fans run the shit now, right? And I think it's a little over the top. And I get it. I got it, it's been handed to him, but it got a little old to me that it was handed to him when a guy was there for all those years, fucking, taking a beating in the ring for everyone every night. So it sort of just got old to me, but now he's got leukemia. Again, I don't know how it plays out in the end. Hopefully the guy's able to come back and stuff. And I guess it took him to have leukemia for him to get over. It's pretty crazy, but that's what it took.
Oh God. Yeah, you're not wrong. And I don't know. I'm
like I tweeted out last night, I hope you're all happy, motherfuckers. That's what
I saw that tweet. I saw that tweet. No, I think you're right that he's.
I was one of the few people that used to defend him and say, I don't know what you people want. I'm not talking to you personally.
Yeah, no, I remember that. I remember you would always sort of be standing up for him. I mean, oblivious to the booking. You didn't even care. You're like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, and I know that he wasn't the greatest fucking I know he wasn't the most skilled guy, but there's a lot of other guys that aren't the most skilled guys. He's fucking tough, and he showed up every night,
Yeah. It's really sad. When I saw the thing, I'm like, I normally will like sort of fast forward through Raw at some point, before the end of the day Tuesday, but I don't know. I'm like a little sensitive these days for some reason, so I don't want to watch it. It's really sad.
I watched it. I watched it to get strength out of it, to be honest. Like, You know,
Yeah.
things like this, he's facing this adversity, and I believe him. Like, pretty crazy too when he said, "I don't need your sympathy. I'm not looking for anything." Like, you know, it was pretty powerful speech he gave, and I wish him nothing but the best. I don't know if you saw a tweet too from Tyrann Mathieu from last week. I retweeted it, but it was pretty inspirational too, man. Like, you'll see, Jeff, as you get older, you get more emotional about things. Like, some things don't faze me, and then other things I see on the news and it makes me cry and shit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I can't believe that story. Like this poor woman. Okay, but what the hell was I going to say about fucking
things make you more emotional getting older?
Oh yeah, about Roman Reigns. I had a good point though. Fuck, I'm all over the place here. I'm all over the place.
You didn't want our sympathy.
Yeah, so what the hell? Yeah, Roman Reigns said, whatever. it'll pop back. Yeah, give me a second here.
The shitty Red Sox bullpen is.
Oh, that was it. Tyrann Mathieu. Yeah, so Tyrann Mathieu, Jeff. It was the other day. It was an NFL Sunday, so it wasn't this Sunday. It was last Sunday. And the Houston Texans. He tweeted out, "Fuck on game day." He said, 6 years ago today, I was kicked off a team. I was suspended. I went into rehab. I had nowhere to live. I had no friends, and I had no money.
I saw that tweet. Great retweet. Yeah.
It's like the way, though, like for him to say that, just
he just sort of knew who stood by him. A lot of fucking phonies.
He said 6 years ago, I got kicked off my football team, lost all my friends, went to drug rehab, had no money, no one believed in me. I had nowhere to live. And now, that's like people, a lot of us, not, I'm not saying us specifically, but, people in generally will play the victim card, right? This, I didn't get a break. I didn't get that. This didn't happen. Or they look at athletes and they think that somehow it was given to them. That Tyrann Mathieu didn't sacrifice everything in his life to work that hard. Like, people just think that somehow God just sort of waved a wand and, all right, you're going to be in the NFL, because you're athletic. It's bizarre. Like, people don't realize what the turmoil and the adversity that these people have gone through from nothing, to be there, right? And they don't get credit for it, and especially, a lot of African American kids. Like Tiger Woods gets the, the golf, and, Brett Favre, his father dies, and, he throws the touchdowns, and he's the fucking biggest hero in the fucking world, right? I remember there was a kid on UConn, the day he fucking played in the national championship day, his sister killed herself, He played the game, You know what I mean? And he won the championship after. He played in the game, and they were like, yeah, his father got shot a couple of years ago. His sister just killed herself. And Jim Nantz was sort of, hey, and how about Jim Calhoun? Hey, I was out to dinner with Jim Calhoun. It's like, the big story is these kids and what they've been through to get here. Yeah, no one gives a shit, man. As long as you get your fantasy points and whatever. Half the people are just fucking racist towards these guys, and they turn on them in a second. Then they wonder why they hate the fans. It's an ugly fucking world, but I like to see inspirational stories like that. And I use it to tell people, not that no one gives a shit what I say to them, but, don't be a victim, yes, we all have setbacks. Everyone has excuses. This could have happened, that could have happened. But, once in a while you'll see me, Jeff, on Twitter, and I'll get mad when people are talking shit about people. Half these people online don't accomplish anything in their fucking life. They've never accomplished anything. And I'm not talking you need to have a show or be a celebrity or be an NFL player to accomplish something, but I don't know. Are you giving to charity? Are you fucking giving back to society? Or do you do anything besides sit on Twitter and fucking cry and complain all fucking day? And bitch about fucking Trump or bitch about fucking Rachel Maddow or whatever. Everyone just bitches about shit. They don't fucking do anything. And then they're all the fucking victim. Well, it's not fair. And, Jared Kushner's rich. And, it's given to everything's given to everyone. No one's worked for fucking anything in this world according to fucking anybody, right? It's like, yeah, Jared Kushner's a dickhead. Don't worry about him. Worry about your own fucking life. Like, people need to empower and enrich themselves instead of crying about other fucking people so much.
There's a lot of that.
There's my little rant about that. Bases loaded for the Dodgers.
Well, listen, anyone who broke down the series and bet the Dodgers, you sort of every game you go into it hoping it's close in these bullpens. Because this Boston bullpen is a dumpster fire at times. So we'll see. I don't know. Machado's feels like he's been pretty clutch tonight.
But I will say this too. Oh, is Machado coming up too? Perfect. Oh, here he is. Yeah. Oh, no. All right, that's good for one. All right, that's good for one. Pretty crazy. I told Cam these games are going to be in the 5-4 range, and here we are.
I don't know. I mean, listen, you're a lifelong Dodger fan, but just as a baseball fan, Gabe, I fucking love this series.
Oh, this is great baseball. Like you said too, doesn't really get much better. And I guess, LA, New York, the Yankees, but just the colors. I was thinking the same thing earlier. Just the colors. The Dodgers play in blue at Fenway with the red, the wall. They haven't played since 1916. The tradition. 2 teams, 2 franchises.
And Gabe, for all the shit,
the right way. You know what I mean?
And I know, they're.
This is like that Pittsburgh Steelers, Green Bay Packers Super Bowl. It's just a classic.
You're right. And Gabe, for all the stuff with interleague and how everyone sort of feels like they played everyone.
Yeah, this doesn't feel like that. You're
These
right.
Dodgers, like Clayton Kershaw's never been to Fenway Park before.
No.
Like, so there really is this sort of like feel to it, unlike maybe, I guess, in some years. And I don't know, like anybody, I don't know, like kids today probably feel different, but I still grew up in an age where like baseball was like number one. Like as a kid, it's just like my number one sport to play, to watch. Even more so than hockey here in Canada.
It's funny because my grandfather, of course, played hockey, and I played hockey as a kid, but I also played baseball. And when I was a kid, I wanted to be a major leaguer more than an NHLer. Like baseball, like you said, I don't know, there's something special about baseball.
So like I don't know, I always just like feel like a kid with the All-Star MLB All-Star game and World Series always just bring back memories of childhood for me. And I
during the All-Star thing, in which we both remember the same thing. I went to the All-Star game with my grandfather, and I've been to a lot of shit over the years, but that's one of the memories of my life, actually. Not just like sports, but just as a kid and being at the All-Star game when I was fucking 11 years old with my grandfather. You don't forget shit like that.
So I'm happy that the MLB has a special series. And listen, you're talking to a guy also, guys like me and you.
It's too late, though, isn't it? It's too late. It's 11 o'clock. We're still in the 7th inning. Fuck.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, I would also be into anything if it was 2 small market teams. But this feels good. And I looked it up because you know how, we go back. Most people remember how the NFL never would play on this upcoming Sunday night because of the World Series. And now they schedule big games. And the game they scheduled this week is the revenge match of the Vikings Saints, the crazy Diggs last second playoff catch. Vikings Saints is the game the NFL put there. And ever since they've been doing it, they do these powerhouse Sunday night games, or at least what they determine is a powerhouse.
The NBA should put LeBron on at the same time now too. All right, like you said, they used to defer. There's no more deferring anymore. All right, the college game goes over. That's good. There's no more defer. No more deferring anymore. All right, come on, man. Come on, LA. Let's get this shit. So golf, before we get you out of here, Jeff, golf. What's the deal? They're over in Asia. Big money at stake, right? A lot of big field over there.
Yeah, this is a WGC event. So for golf fans, no cut, premier
no field. So all the guys will play for 4 days, or is it 3 days?
No, it's 4 days. No cuts. There's some guys you probably haven't heard of. They probably have some exempts for some Asians tour players or what have you. Maybe I could be wrong on that, but the majority of the big names are there.
$1 purse, right? That's why everyone's over there. So
yeah, big money, big purse. Rose, Dustin, Brooks, Rory, A lot of the big guys are there. If you're asking me for a pick, Gabe, I'll give you a couple. John Rahm and Matthew Fitzpatrick. I also like Jason Day, but
John Rahm and Matthew. I like the sound of this Fitzpatrick pick. I like your picks, actually. It just feels right.
yeah, I don't know. Rahm's sort of been quiet, but I don't know. I feel like this sets up for him. I'm not going to be too invested in it, just based on where it is. And also on the other side here in North America, there's a Subfield event here. I like Hunter Mahan and one of the favorites, but it's one of those events where the favorite's like 20-1. Sungjae Im. So Mahan and Im would be my picks in the Sanderson Farms event that's happening.
Fucking
also.
You got out of it 5-4. Yeah.
Are they going to use Kimbrel for 6 outs? He hasn't played in a few days.
I hope they do.
Yeah. If I were you, I guess I would hope that.
Take a shot here. We'll take a shot. Yeah, the World Series is great. I was just thinking too. Great memories. Fuck the Kirk Gibson home run. That's a great memory for me. Even go back when I was a kid, Reggie Jackson hitting the fucking 3 home runs on 3 pitches against my Dodgers was crazy. Yeah,
I'm not kidding. Today's
the anniversary of Joe Carter too.
Yeah. The earthquake is a crazy
the earthquake night. Michaels, Oakland, and San Francisco.
Yeah. And I just remember my parents were out of town and my grandfather was over taking care of me, and he would just let me stay up and watch the games, and we're so set, probably just all set to watch the games, stay up late, and I was just so scared. I remember a kid, I was scared, there was going to be an earthquake where I was or something.
Man, it's like you said, almost every World Series sort of has a thing. Kansas City and St. Louis. Vince Coleman got ran over by the tarp, Jeff. Imagine that. The star player got ran over by the tarp when it rained. They rolled it over on his leg. You're right. You had the earthquake in, I forget what year that was, 92, was it maybe?
No, 92 the Jays won. The earthquake would have been in 90. No, 89, Gabe. It was 89.
89, yeah.
Because 90 they played the Reds, and then 91 it was Twins A's.
To me too, I still to this day, the best baseball game I ever saw was the World Series Game 7, Atlanta Braves, Minnesota Twins. 1-0. John Schmaltz, the man that's doing the broadcast tonight against Jack fucking Morris. Doesn't get better than that, dude. 1-0 in the fucking World Series in Game 7, dude.
It's like your Japan-Korea World Baseball Classic.
It was like the intensity, dude, was just over the fucking top, man. I'll never forget that night. I wasn't even a Braves or Twins fan, and it was one of those, you're on the edge of your seat, fucking every pitch. It was no, there's still 0-0. And Schmaltz and Morris were fucking dealing. I think Morris went 9 fucking innings, bro. It went to extra innings. It was 0-0. And the fucking Braves won the Twins won 1-0. It was one of those over the top. The Kirk Gibson home run was great. I remember being in Vegas when St. Louis beat Texas. We were doing the show up.
That was incredible.
That was pretty cool. We won a lot of money in Vegas. I just moved to Vegas, so I had money on it. That was a good one, Yeah, some good memories. Very good memories. Yeah. Well, Jeff, we'll let you get back to your Crown Royal and your McCain. You still pounding the McCain cake?
Haven't in a while, but I should get back to that. Or I shouldn't, I guess. I should probably lay off, I guess, truth be told.
Always a pleasure, Jeff. Great job.
Later.
Jeff Feinberg with us. Good stuff with Jeff. Jeff's a big sports fan, as you can see. He loves sports. Oh, yeah, the 86 Mets, fucking Red Sox. Come on, man. I'm gonna look this up now. We'll look up World Series. World Series. I talked about this on Twitter tonight. We'll ask you guys, what's the first World Series you remember? Like, you know, I've watched every World Series since. Like, what's the bro, man? For me, it's 1975. 1975, Carlton Fisk pushing the ball at Fenway. I grew up watching Red Sox games on WVNY, the old school rabbit ears and UHF and shit. WVNY Vermont used to broadcast like a Red Sox game of the week. There was no, you know, baseball wasn't on all the time in those days. It was a big deal to get, you know. So I got an Expo game of the week. I got a Blue Jay game of the week. I got a couple of Red Sox games, but you know, it was a big deal. The NBC Saturday game of the week. Fuck, I'd watch This Week in Baseball. When I was a kid, I was into it. Fuck, I remember I'd watch the Flintstones and the Jetsons and Hong Kong Phooey. I'd watch like NBC Saturday cartoon shit from like, you know, 7 in the morning till 9 or 10. I'd go out and play baseball for a couple hours in the park near my grandparents' place. And I'd make it back home in time for This Week in Baseball with Mel Allen. And then I'd watch the NBC baseball game of the week. Fuck. It was like the first time I was like, wow, fuck, never see fucking the Yankees on TV. It's like, you know, you saw those teams for the first time as a kid. Yeah, for me, so it's like I don't remember, I'm not going to lie, don't remember the Athletics beating the Dodgers in 1974. Now, I'm from Montreal, and I used to vacation in Cape Cod and in New England a lot when I was a kid, so I was around the Red Sox culture. I didn't hate the Red Sox when I was a kid. I was a big Fred Lynn fan and Jim Rice. And, yes, Remsky and Carlton. I liked all the Red Sox. But I wasn't a Red Sox fan, but I liked their players, you know. But I will admit, you know, when I was a kid, fuck, when I was about 9 years old, I had a Fred Lynn Red Sox jersey. So you're finding out more about me now. So, yeah, 1975, I remember Carlton Fisk pushing the ball and shit. And the Reds were the big red machine. And then vividly, I remember, this is like when I really became a baseball fan, though. Like, I was diehard, 7 years old, 1977, Yankees, Dodgers, Reggie Jackson. 1977, 78, they beat them. I'll give you a memory from each one. You had the 3 home runs, then they beat them again. Pittsburgh Pirates, 1979 against the Baltimore Orioles. That's the We Are Family World Series. We are family. Willie Stargell, Pops, Dave Parker, Kent Culvey. Chuck Tanner was the manager. Great Pittsburgh Pirate team. Great World Series. They won in 7 games against the Baltimore Orioles. Fuck, remember like it was yesterday. 1980 was painful because the Philadelphia Phillies won the World Series in 1980. But they won the fucking National League East Division. They won the National League East Division on the last game of the year in Montreal by 1 game. The Expos and the Phillies were tied. I was at the game. It's fucking heartbreaking. Fuck. I think I cried fucking when I was like 10. And Mike Schmidt, that cocksucker, hit a fucking home run in like the 8th inning or something. It was painful. Like the Expos came so close. But 1981 was my Dodgers and the Expos. That was a weird day for me, that game 5. I didn't like it. Even as a kid, like, you know, I was a fan of both teams. At the time when I was a kid, I was a bigger Dodger fan and I was Expos, though. Like, I used to go to Expo Dodger games and pull for the fucking Dodgers. You know, like, so I was more of a Dodger fan as a kid, but as I grew up and shit in Montreal, right, I loved the Expos, but I was more of a Dodger fan as a kid. I was torn, though. Like, with the Blue Monday, whatever, I just basically said, whatever. I remember my fucking father telling me, well, whatever happens, you'll be, you'll have a team in the World Series. Because I remember, I don't know, it's hard. I like them both. That was great. I had a great memory when I was 11 years old. I remember fucking beating the Yankees. I was so happy. Fuck. St. Louis Cardinals and Milwaukee Brewers, 4-3. That was a good one. Baltimore Orioles beat the Phillies in 5. I remember that, but there's nothing really significant that stands out to me. San Diego Padres made a World Series. I remember that one because I remember, like, the cool fence in Detroit, Sparky Anderson winning and shit. Again, Sparky Anderson, one of the greatest managers of all time. Kansas City Royals and the Cards, that was memorable in 1985. That was when they got Vince Coleman got ran over by the tarp, and they fucking hated each other. Like, Kansas City and St. Louis is like that interleague rivalry. They played in the World Series like fucking in 85. It was hostile. the fans, the teams, like it was serious, that one. I remember that one was like, whoa, these teams really don't like each other. 1986 is one of the most classic World Series ever with the Mets and the Red Sox. Fuck, that was like Roger Clemens and Doc Gooden, and it was just over the top. Fuck. 1987, Minnesota Twins beat the St. Louis Cardinals in 7 games. My Dodgers in 1988, that was the Kirk Gibson. They beat the A's. 1989 was the earthquake. Cincinnati Reds was with Chris Sabo and the Nasty Boys. 1991, Minnesota Twins, Jack Morris in that epic fucking game when he pitched 10 innings and they won in 7 games. 1992, Toronto Blue Jays, first time a team from Canada had won a World Series, anyone outside the United States. 1993, 25 years ago on the anniversary today, Joe Carter hit a home run. 1985, the Atlanta Braves finally won a World Series and beat the Cleveland Indians and hang on to their misery. Yankees step up and become good, beat the Atlanta Braves. Florida Marlins, 1997, the best team that money could buy with Jim Leland. Remember, they bought all the free agents and Gary Sheffield and fucking everybody. Powerful team, but they won the World Series. Then the Yankees went on their tear. Yankees. D-backs beat the Yankees. Anaheim, that was good. Remember Francisco Rodriguez was, K-Rod was like a fucking 19-year-old kid. I'm so fucking old. I remember this series. I got a great memory. As I told you, I'll remember something of every World Series since 1975. I'm so fucking old. In 2002, John Lackey was a rookie pitching in that. I remember. Rookie John Lackey was on the hill for the Angels. Florida Marlins beat the Yankees. Boston Red Sox beat the Cardinals, finally win. Chicago White Sox, that's the one that everyone forgets. Chicago White Sox won the World Series with Ozzie Guillen in 2005. St. Louis Tigers beating the Tigers, kind of unmemorable, that one. Red Sox beating the Rockies, getting annoying. Red Sox win again. Phillies win with Ryan Howard and all those guys in fucking 2008. Yankees beat the Phillies. In the following year, San Francisco. Past few World Series really haven't been all that. The Dodgers won last year was good. It won 7 games. The Cubs Indians won 7. I guess that was classic. Royals Mets was a snoozer. San Francisco just seemed to be boring and everything they're fucking in. Yeah, you remember that, Brooks? K-Rod was a kid, skinny 19-year-old kid fucking in there. That was the thing. Remember when the Angels won that year? John Lackey was a rookie. K-Rod was a rookie. It was like improbable the Angels like did that. They beat Barry Bonds and shit. Yeah, Alex Rios. Remember, yeah, he won a World Series. You're right. Oh, yeah, Dontrell Willis. Yeah, he was good, Dontrell. So what's the first World Series you guys remember as fans? Or as a kid? Yeah, Bumgarner was amazing. So I told you, 1975 was my first World Series. Super Bowl, my first Super Bowl, I remember. Same era, like it was 1976. But I wasn't full in. I remember, like, sort of remember. No, 1976. The Steelers beat the Cowboys. I remember the Steelers being on TV and shit. I was only 6 years old, right? And I was in a hockey family type shit. So I remember the Steelers as a kid winning and being good. But the first Super Bowl that I can vividly tell you, yeah, I remember the day. I remember the game. It was January 15th, 1978. Dallas Cowboys, Denver Broncos. I vividly remember playing a hockey game and my grandfather driving fast to get back home to watch the Super Bowl. And I wanted to watch it too. It was the Orange Crush. And in fact, this little piece of history, January 15, 1978, that was the first Super Bowl that was on TV in prime time. The Super Bowl used to be played in the afternoon. Oh, God. Jameson Riley. What's up, Jameson? So, Giants versus Bills. Oh, fuck. I remember that day. I was living in Hollywood then. I was living in Hollywood. Fuck, that was a fucking angry fucking game. All right, now the Red Sox have runners on first and second. 7th inning, 1 out. 5-4. I should have bet the over. I fucking knew this game would be 5-4. At least the college football game went over. College football game goes over, and we hit the Pelican game. We're actually going to have a plus night here no matter what, but a real screw job, though. That 5th inning really pissed me off. I don't know what it is. I always look like I sort of have white shit on my fucking lip here, but I don't. It's bizarre. I do, but I don't. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I guess age. Rod seeing Roman Gabriel against Bart Starr. That's awesome. Yeah, you know what's crazy though? Like I've been around too. Like I saw the I don't know, Blueberry or something, fucking Perfect Rotation. I was at the what's up, Lucas? Yeah, Matt Jones, one of the co-owners of the Lakers. I was at the 1976 opening Olympic ceremonies. It was pretty cool. So I've been going to sporting events for a long time, for like 40 plus years. Yeah, first basket. You know what? Oh man, so how old? You're the same age as me. Oh man, you're a pretty smart guy. Oh man, you seem to know a lot of history too. I'm surprised you weren't a little before that, oh man. But I guess, to be honest, I'm going to look it up the years. So I got into college basketball in the Ralph Sampson era. Remember Ralph Sampson with Virginia? What was that, like 1980, 81, like that? College basketball I got into pretty young too, but I was into college basketball more than I was into college football as a kid. Like when I was like, 8 or 9, 10 years old type shit. I remember I used to like watching college basketball. I was like, oh, fuck DePaul. I remember watching a lot of DePaul games. DePaul was good when I was a kid. UCLA was good. UCLA were great, right? Like UCLA were dominant when I was a kid. Just after, like they wrapped up their dominance, but like when I was a kid, I remember like John Wooden on TV, and even as a kid, I remember my grandfather telling me that guy's a great coach. But the first basketball player I liked was Ralph Sampson. Yeah, Ralph Sampson was the first. So one was Ralph Sampson. I still have a soft spot in my heart for the Virginia Cavaliers. I'm a Michigan fan, but I've always liked Virginia basketball. Like since I was like, when I was a kid, I fucking pulled for Virginia before I was a Michigan fan, just when I was young with basketball. I used to be on. I was around Ralph Sampson guy. Here it is. Yeah. Sampson. Here it is. College. Ralph Sampson was arguably the most heavily recruited college basketball player of his generation and appeared on the cover of Sports Illustrated 6 times in the span of less than 4 years, from 1979 to 1983. So that's what I'm saying. Like when I was a kid, as a 9-year-old, like he was everywhere, this guy. Playing center for the University of Virginia, he led the Cavaliers to an NIT title in 1980, a Final Four appearance in 1981, and the Elite Eight in 1983. He was the 3-time Naismith fucking National Player of the Year, only the second athlete ever to do so. Bill Walton is the only other. That's how good he was, fuck. This is awesome. Sampson considered leaving Virginia after his junior year and going to the 1982 NBA draft. The San Diego Clippers and LA Lakers would flip a coin to determine who would draft first overall. But the deadline for Sampson to make himself available came before the scheduled coin flip. Rather than risk playing for the Clippers, Sampson stayed in school. He was drafted by the Houston Rockets. He had some success, but he was a better college player. Like, he's one of the best college players of all time. Like, he's right up there. Like, he's college basketball royalty, this guy. 7'4". 7'4", Ralph Sampson. Game, set, match, 8-4. Fuck, I'm starting to fucking dislike Boston. Oh, I love Larry Johnson. Yeah, Jameson. Yeah, Ralph Sampson when I was a kid. I was a big Ralph Sampson fan. Patrick Ewing was big. Akeem Olajuwon. Remember Fly Slamma Jamma? It was weird. I was a kid, though, so I didn't understand the significance. Like, I was a Michigan football fan when I was a kid, but I never saw Michigan basketball really that much on TV. You know, like when I was a kid, they really weren't on Michigan basketball that much. They were good, but they weren't elite, so they weren't on TV, so I didn't really know them. You know, I didn't really realize even like, oh, they had a basketball and a football team, whatever. I was a kid, so fucking like I like Bo Schembechler and the football team, but I remember I was a Virginia basketball fan when I was a kid with Ralph Sampson. And then it wasn't until I was about 14 or so. Michigan, where ABC got a Big Ten deal. I used to see Michigan basketball, and I was like, oh, fuck, they got a basketball team. Yeah, it was one of those deals like, oh, I want to start watching a basketball team. And somebody asked me the other day, who was more influential, the Fab Five or the UNLV Running Rebels? It's a great question, isn't it? Well, my buddy getting drunk with Brian Burke. It's a tough question. You'd say that I think the Fab Five, even though they lost, is more known, you know? I think culturally, put it this way, without UNLV, there is no Fab Five. Like UNLV, though, were pretty much there before. Like, the Fab Five just took what UNLV did to a new level. It's basically like, you know, the Fab Five, the only team that they will sort of tip their cap to in that model is UNLV. And the guys on UNLV all like the Fab Five kids and shit. But like Larry Johnson said, they didn't win. We did. That was the difference. All right, that's the difference. Like they actually won. But the thing is, though, is that The UNLV Running Rebels, they played an easy schedule. We'll give them title. We'll give them credit for the championship, but they played an easy schedule, right? Like UNLV didn't play against anybody. Fuck, they used to play against fucking really bad teams, and then they did win though the title once, and then once they didn't. But UNLV used to UNLV used to screw people up pretty good. Yes, Jameson. The fact that it's a complete sham. I don't know how the hell you can have a basketball Hall of Fame and not have Jerry Tarkanian in it. He's a national champion. Even coaching the NBA, fuck. Like, he's a national champion. He didn't do it good. He didn't last long in the NBA, but he was a Spurs coach briefly. Tarkanian won like 800 games or something. The NCAA doesn't like him, right? Like, he sued them a bunch of times, right? Like, Jerry Tarkanian sued everybody and didn't fuck around, and he paid a price for it. I had him on before he died, and it bothered him. He wasn't at all. He even brought it up. He goes, I don't know how can I be in the Hall of Fame? He goes, I've won 780 games or whatever the hell it was. But he even told me, he goes, I'm not in the Hall of Fame because I'm suing them. I had to get a guitar to fucking practice with over a couple of days here. It's a $119 guitar. It's a piece of crap. It sounds pretty good. Yeah, we can go any style. A little reggae. It's not bad. I'm actually just making this up right now. You lose, man, on the Dodgers. Kershaw. I played the Mega Millions tonight. I don't think I had those numbers though. Thank you, Ken. What's up, DJ Boss? So blues. Yeah, not bad for a $100 guitar. It's like Ozzy Osbourne said, if you can't do it with a borrowed guitar and a pair of jeans, you can't be in my band. I just bought it to keep my fingers loose because I'm doing I'm recording this weekend. What's up, Walter Trotter? JN reports, like in the Blues, the Dodger Blues. 8-4. Well, listen, at least we hit the over in the football game. We went pretty good on that, and we get the Pelican win. We'll take it. We'll take it. Thank you, Henry. Well, I'm alive, so that's still good. Good to see you, DJ Boss. We'll see you guys next year, or maybe before that, but at the next IFBC, whatever next event is. Yeah, JN from Report. Yeah, you guys got all the great blues bars down there. Great blues guitars. So it's on for the World Series. What am I going to say? I'm a Dodger fan and I'm about to lose. I'm pissed off about that fucking fifth inning bullshit. What else is going on in the world here? The Giants finally traded Eli, but Eli Apple. Let's get into the juicy stuff here. Rajon Rondo denies spitting on Chris Paul, called him a horrible teammate. Rondo spoke to the media on Tuesday about the incident on Saturday, denying that he spit on Chris Paul. Rondo addressed the video saying that he was exasperated and about to say something to Paul, and that's why saliva came out of his mouth. This is the only time I'm going to address this. I had a mouthpiece in my mouth, and I was exasperated because I was about to tell him to get the fuck out of here. Look at my body language in the video. My hands on my hips. I turn away for a second. I look at Eric and Mello in the video. If they saw me spit, they would have turned up their face or something. They had no reaction. I believe Rondo here. Rondo's a psycho, but he wouldn't spit in someone's face. Rondo went on to attack Chris Paul as a player and a person, telling ESPN that the league, the media, and the fans have been fooled. I've been telling people this. I told you guys this. And everyone has the wrong idea about Chris Paul. Of course, the NBA took his side because I got 3 games and he only got 2. Everyone wants to believe Chris Paul is a good guy. They don't know he's a horrible teammate. They don't know how he treats people. Look what he did last year when he was in LA, trying to get into the Clippers locker room. They don't want to believe he's capable of taunting and igniting an incident. He comes out and says, I spit on him, and that's the media takes it. Man, fucking Rondo really is a piece of work. So, gotta love the guy, though. He's basically, I think he's telling the truth here. And like I said, Rondo's been around a long time. He would have just punched fucking Paul. He wouldn't have spit on him. He even said, I was trying to take my mouthpiece out to tell him to go fuck himself. As someone, look, my computer's covered with spit, fuck, even when I'm talking, right? Like, so, what's interesting, though, is Big Baby Glenn Davis. You know, Big Baby Glenn Davis, who played a long time in the NBA, tweeted today, he goes, I played with Rondo and I played with, he goes, I've been teammates with Rondo and I've been teammates with Chris Paul. And he goes, Rondo is right. Chris Paul is a horrible teammate. Now, this goes back to last year when what Rondo just talked about. He said, look, when Chris Paul played the Clippers, he tried to get into their room. Remember last year, and we never saw that coming. I had no idea, actually. If you remember that game we were on the air, actually. It was a fun game. We were here on SBR on the air. It was a fun game. And remember, it was Chris Paul's first game back to Los Angeles to the Clippers, and it was fucking hostile. Like the Clipper players wanted to fight him. Like one by one, they were melting off at the bench. Like I thought it would be a love fest for Chris Paul when he went back. It wasn't. And that was the night that the Rocket players tried to storm the Clippers' room and fight, and it got all out of control. And remember, the LAPD were all worried. The LAPD were called in because I think one of the Clipper players basically said, "I'm going to get my gun," type shit. Fucking, like it was hostile. Like LA, like they had to call the LAPD in and say, "Listen, this isn't just like a basketball fucking thing anymore. It's getting out of control back here." And Chris Paul knew how to get into the Clipper room because remember, basically the story was the Rocket players like banged on the fucking front door of the Clipper locker room. And I guess somebody on the Clippers, I forget who it was, one of the players on the Clippers opened the door and he saw it was a Rocket player and he said, "Fuck off." And he fucking slammed the door. A minute later, Chris Paul and the Rockets were in the room. But the thing is, Chris Paul played there for so long, he knew how to get into the room through another fucking door. Yeah, the Pelicans, good team this year. Like I said earlier today, I think, what's up, Big Will? What's up, Capper John? Yeah, I think Rondo and fucking Chris Paul are both kind of, they're both kind of annoying. It is what it is. I like Rondo's sort of insanity, but Rondo's not the best teammate either. Fuck. Yeah, Rondo's like, oh, he's not a good teammate. But listen, Rondo, yeah, the Kings they're always bad, Lucas. The Kings will just always be bad. No, I didn't see the Pens Oilers game, but I see there was a lot of goals. Here's Kimbrel on his fucking greased up arm and his weird delivery and shit. 8-4 in the ninth inning, nobody out. This game was closer than the final score would indicate. But it is what it is. I went light on the Dodgers. I sort of sprinkled on all three bets, like no run in the first, 5.5. I lose all three. But I sprinkled on them and I hit. Fuck, I can't even look at Kimbrel. It's just too annoying. Congratulations to Shano. Shano's a good guy, big Red Sox fan. Nothing personal with him. I'll see you in the morning, Lucas. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Yeah, we're going to be wrapping up in a few minutes here, too. We went a little later last night, but catches up to me. I got to wake up early. It'll be Babano night tomorrow night here. Babano. It'll be Babano night here tomorrow night. I assume tomorrow night we'll have a full slate of basketball. Let me check in on that. World Series will be tomorrow night as well. See, this is why I'm glad I'm not there. Like Jazz said, I would have went all the way to Boston to watch a team lose 8-4. I wouldn't be in a good mood now if I was there. What's the no number? Tomorrow it's a Ryu versus Price. No number up yet. Dodgers are going to have to take advantage of this, but I'm worried. Price, I'll tell you right now, Price, we all know that Price has struggled in the playoffs in the past. He pitched well in the last game. It was the best game he's pitched in the playoffs before. So we tip our cap to him for that, but the Dodgers, if I know this, I don't have to tell them this, but in the game that he struggled earlier in the playoffs, it was against Cleveland, whoever it was, he got hit hard. He didn't throw any changeups, really. Like, he threw a lot of fucking curveballs and fastballs and shit, and he got hit. Against the Houston Astros, he threw like 37% of his pitches were changeups. And misdirection, sort of slow off-speed stuff, 37%. And it really worked for him. I remember Ron Darling was talking about how he's a smarter pitcher and he can't just blow past people. And so basically, the Dodgers have to know this coming into tomorrow. Like, he's going to throw a lot of junk tomorrow. He's going to, that's how he's successful now. So if I know this, the Dodgers know this. If Ron Darling's talking about it, Dave Roberts has to know this. So, basically, we know what he's going to be throwing. He's going to throw a lot of off-speed shit because he's not confident in his other shit. So Dave Roberts is going to have to get his best off-speed pitchers in a fucking lineup tomorrow, hitters. And the Dodgers can still win the series if they're down 0-2. It's not the end of the world. The 2-3 afford itself this. It's not the end of the world. The problem is you put yourself in a tough spot with the 6 and 7 games going back. So if the Dodgers fall back 2-0, they go back home. Let's say they take 2 or 3 at home. Fuck, you're still down 3-2 going back to Boston. It's not a good spot to be in. Tomorrow's a big game, man. I wish it would. I would be pitching Buehler tomorrow. I don't understand their logic here. Tomorrow is fucking massive. Tomorrow was massive. And the Dodgers, Ryu was hit or miss, man. I'll tell you though, the Red Sox I see now, they're now on an 8-3 over run right now. Red Sox score runs, fuck. Tomorrow with Ryu on the hill and Price, I think there'll be some runs tomorrow. The Dodgers will hit Price and the Red Sox will hit this motherfucker. So there'll be some runs tomorrow in that game. I never win when I bet overs, but it's all right, Claw. It's not Clayton Kershaw's fault. The Red Sox just outslugged them tonight. They were the better team. They were the better team. Kershaw didn't help whatever, but you can't blame him in the end. Dodgers got stuck on 4. I don't believe in moral victories. Listen, I remember last year in the World Series, Dodgers lose a game, they're done, and fucking they win, whatever. We know what it's like in the playoffs. I remember the Dodgers being done when they were down in Milwaukee last week, supposedly, right? There's no panic. It's a 7-game. It's going to be a long series. There's going to be ups and downs here. The Dodgers will get on a roll a bit, but like I said, fuck, they're going to have to win tomorrow if they want to win this series. Even if Kershaw would have stopped the bleeding, who's to say the Red Sox still wouldn't have scored a couple of runs against the bullpen after? The Red Sox are just a good fucking team, man. The Dodgers are going to have to do better. And I tell you, like I said, I don't believe in moral victories, but the Dodgers did a good job of getting runners home earlier. They didn't seem overwhelmed, but they're going to need to raise it up a notch tomorrow. You can't just sort of tie the game. You're going to need to take leads and shit. They're going to have to put the Sox behind the 8 ball and score fucking early tomorrow. They're in a tough spot. Fuck Kimbrel's so annoying with this what are you doing? Between his beard and his stance, I really want to punch this guy. Fuck, man. No, it wasn't good enough, Jazz, but ultimately the Dodgers would have lost anyways. What's up, Stubby? I'm disappointed. Jazz, about the 5th inning, though. Every time they came back, they just, they would score again. All right, so as I stated, we got that game tomorrow. NBA basketball tomorrow night. There should be a full slate. College basketball is like 13 days away now, I think. 2 weeks or 14, 13 days. It's coming up. It's around the corner. We're going to have to do some research and get caught up on that. Our boy JN Reports will definitely get on, talk some basketball. All right, so yeah, tomorrow, big night in the NBA games. What do you got? Dallas at Atlanta. I tell you, Trae Young, man, been proving us wrong so far. Kid looks good. Dallas are 2-1 in Atlanta. Atlanta +1. Brooklyn Nets. Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavs are -3. Cavs are 0-3. New York Knicks at Miami. Miami are -8. Minnesota Timberwolves at Toronto Raptors. Raptors are 4-0. This game's off the board right now for some reason. Charlotte or Chicago. Chicago suck. They're 0-3. Charlotte should win that game tomorrow. Utah at Houston. Interesting. They're both 1-2. That's a good game. Indiana at San Antonio. San Antonio -2.5. Philadelphia, Milwaukee. That's a good one. Fuck, NBA always delivers. LA Lakers at Phoenix. Phoenix are +2.5 here tomorrow. Look, I'm 3-0 betting against the Lakers this year. We bet against the Lakers in every game they played. I got burnt with a couple of LeBron props, but we were on the Portland Trailblazers. No, I took the Lakers against, what am I saying? I took the Lakers against Houston. And then I was on the Spurs last night. But the Lakers are 0-3. I'm 2-1, fuck, again, with the Laker games. But they are 0-3 against the spread. They're 0-3 straight up and against the spread. They're at Phoenix tomorrow. Phoenix are going to be jacked up. I don't know. We'll get the injury report tomorrow. Phoenix always have injured players, but and I look at this game here, and the Lakers' schedule is hard. Like, LeBron James is probably already regretting doing this, to be honest. Just from, like, you know, from a business standpoint, it'll be good for him, but from a basketball standpoint, it's going to be frustrating. Like, there's no free pass, like we talk about it. Like, it's not going to be fun in the West. Look, you know, there's already been brawls, people punching each other. Fucking, like, it's going to be intense, like, for LeBron. You're not playing the Hawks and the fucking Charlotte Hornets every night now. It's a different atmosphere in the West. So they're at Phoenix tomorrow. They're 0-3. LeBron didn't seem to be frustrated after the first 2 games, but he seemed to be pissed off last night for real. Like, last night, you could tell he was frustrated when he walked off the court. He looked exasperated. They're playing Phoenix. It's a winnable game. Like, LeBron, I'm going to take the Lakers tomorrow. The thing is, the Lakers have the suspensions and shit, but you're basically betting on LeBron not being 0-4. And you only got to lay 2.5 points, money line play. And what I'm about to say is he better win tomorrow. Because after that, they host Denver, and the Nuggets are really good. The Nuggets will beat them. Then they go to San Antonio. San Antonio will beat them again. Then they go to Minnesota. Minnesota will probably beat them. They host Dallas. That'll be a battle. They could beat Dallas. They go to Portland. They're not beating Portland. They host the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors will fuck the Lakers up. Minnesota, like the Lakers just aren't that good. Like, I'm just saying, I'm looking at their schedule here. LeBron always does own the Raptors, though, so we'll probably lose to him. Fuck. But now we've got Kawhi, so. But you hear where I'm going with this. Like, the Lakers are 0-3. So out of these next games for the Lakers, at Phoenix, host Denver, at San Antonio, at Minnesota, host Dallas, at Portland. 4 of their next 6 games are on the road. They're already 0-3. 2 of their games have been home, and they're still losing. They can't play defense. They're giving up like fucking 100. What are the Lakers giving up on average now? 134 points a game. It's insane. How many games out of the next 6 games are they going to win? They could win tomorrow, and they might beat Dallas. I would say they're going to lose every one of the next 6 games. So, like, they better get this win tomorrow. Otherwise, they're 0-4, and they're not going to beat Denver. Then you're 0-5, and then you're going on the road at 0-5. You go 0-6, suddenly it's like, what the fuck? You guys are the worst team in the NBA. Yeah, Lakers it's going to be a battle. The Lakers, Steve Rowski, the win total was 48.5. They're not going to get there. These losses add up early. So they got 79 games to go. Suddenly they have to win 49 of the 79 games. They need to go 49-30 now suddenly to win the win total. Are they going 49-30 now? No. It's done. Your win total is done. If anyone took the over, it ain't happening. I talked about it. Like I said, the Portland Trailblazers won 49 games last year. And they were really good, and they won 49 games. They were the 3 seed. Does anyone really think the Lakers are the 3 seed this year? The West is too good, man. You got too many good teams. Golden State Warriors, Houston Rockets, San Antonio Spurs, Denver Nuggets, Utah Jazz. That's just off the top of my head. They're all good. All right, so listen, we got to get out of here, though. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Remember to support SBR. Check out Bet Online as well. Support SBR by supporting Bet Online. But if you go check out Bet Online, we can do it through the Sportsbook review and the Sportsbook page. Sign up through them, and you guys get this great free content that SBR gives you. Not me, them. When you give us a thumbs up, I don't care about me. You really think I care about thumbs up or thumbs downs? But SBR and thumbs up actually help your algorithm and YouTube and stuff, right? The more thumbs up you get, the more you're placed in better spots and all that other type stuff. I used to think it was kind of stupid, but someone actually told me the other day, no, it actually matters with YouTube. So give us a thumbs up if you haven't, or a thumbs down if you want. Either way, it's good. It's a reaction. Support SBR. We'll see you at 9 o'clock in the morning. Joe Lisi's going to join us, and who knows who else today. I didn't think Cliff Floyd was going to join us, but he did. I didn't think we'd piss off the New York Knicks and MSG today, but we did. And Marlins man joined us today, so tune in tomorrow. Who knows who we'll have. God bless you as well. Giant Reports, Mr. Stubby, Ad Hoc, Mangler, Van Fob, Jameson. Good to see you, Matthias. Good to see you, Jazz. Headshot. Live comedy, Vegas Gun. Thanks, Colin Peterson. Thanks for the kind words, everybody. Anyone I don't see in the chat, I'm sorry, but my eyes hurt and I got to go. Other than that, you're on your own later. We'll see you in the morning, guys. Labano tomorrow night. See, look, it's not like I'm foaming at the mouth, but every time it's like I have this white, it's like I'm George Costanza. It's like I got to white this fucking white feet. Get that checked. I'd get that checked out if I was you. So you got a white dot there. I'm George Costanza. Fuck. Fucking white dots. Fuck. Other than that, you're on your own. Later.